Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Campanico Ants. Hello, the Gaming Snake. Of course, Martin. Hey, Antkeeper. Hey, Jens. The Retro Squirtle. An Antkeeper. Yes, Temnovorax Nilandri. Acorn Ants. Hey, Kalin. Oh, thanks, Jens. Hey, Nico. Did you go to the exhibition today, Nico? Hello, Kolgar. Yeah, same here. Other priorities. What ant hurts the most to get bit by? Well, the sting is more hurtful than the bite, of course. I don't know what's the most painful one. It's like from the ones that I have, probably the clavata. What ant? These are acorn ants. I'm going to start to clean already. No, fire ants are not that bad. I think bullet ants are yeah. My Elysius Niger died out. Do you know why? Not with that kind of information. Where are you from? I am from the Netherlands. Hey, Juan. It's been a while, yeah. I've been away for a bit, so. Oh, thank you, Jens. The one from Friday is doing pretty good. So thank you all for that. It really helps. I forgot to grab some drinkers, I think. Or do I have some tucked away? I have some. Colonies are doing pretty good, yeah. We have some. Did you see the last video? Because most of the colonies are in there, except for a few. Well, we'll call them secret ones, but they're not secret anymore. Whoa, the clavata's out, guys. She's been roaming a little bit more today. I think she's hungry, probably. Ah, that's nice, Xeno. Do we have an Hypognathus venator? Yes. A kind of question, what is the hardest ant to keep that you have had? That I failed with, maybe. It's probably the Atta texana. That was pretty rough. And I don't know, first Diversa was pretty heavy. So this is what happened. They were thriving in a small setup. I moved them into a wakushi, I don't know what nest, and now they are dead. Okay. Was the nest well hydrated? Was the nest, how big was the colony? At what temperature are you keeping them? More questions like that. What happened to the Hypognathus? They're going up and down. So then they have a lot of brood and they have new workers and then they die again. I'm not sure what or why, but there is new brood. So I don't know. So what do you guys want as a background colony? Do you want leaf cutters? Do you want diversa? What do you guys want in the background? You want Rita in the background? Yeah, we can do that. The forgotten irritants. Let's grab Rita for a second then. Rita actually needs a new nest. So you guys need to help me during the stream because I need to write down what I still need to do, because every week I say, oh, I still have to do this and this and this, and then I forget, and then yeah. So this week I am going to write down what I have to do for every setup and then make it happen. Are you sick? No, a small cough, but nothing serious. Okay. Rito. So Rita is doing good, except that there is mold in this side of the nest. So we need to give them a new nest. Why don't you get some Tetraponera? We have Tetraponera. Irritants. New large white tongue. Okay, let's hydrate the nest a little bit. I'm gonna keep that fungicide dry. Hopefully that helps a bit. No, I'm not gonna put a new nest now. I don't have anything prepared for that. Maybe if we have time at the end, but favorite compost so far? Nice. Room temp, but it was like tubs and tubes set up, and they had like 150-ish workers, and I fed them every 3 days and gave them honey water, frozen crickets, and meal grubs, and just a treat gel. Oh, I can't tell you. Sometimes they just go. Isn't the nest too big? Well, the colony is too big for a medium. But they had quite a die-off. So, is it common? No. Especially vlages night, no. But room temperature, yeah, exactly. What is room temperature? Okay, a lot of typing going on. I have my other screen. Can the fungus and the irritants nest be used for the leaf cutters? No, 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 no. Leaf cutter fungus is something else. So, there we go. Watered food. Show the Paraponera. Well, the Paraponera clavata is just eggs and the queen at this moment, so not much to feed yet. And we're going to do that when there's some more people online. For now, I am going to grab the Manica rubida. Whoa. Okay. Will you show the Tetraponera? Yes. Do you live feed insects to Rita? No. We had a question on that where on the Discord as well. If you don't have to live feed, then don't do it. There's just a lot of risk. When colonies are bigger, let's say the diversa, it's a different thing. But this is not a big colony. So, and Camponotuses are gatherers, not hunters. So you don't want to force them into action, because that's not good for your ants. All campos are scavengers, as far as I know. By the way, guys, thank you all for watching the video. At least if you did, because the video is doing really good. My room temperature is 24 degrees. Do I need to heat my Nikos? Well, I think the Nikos like it like 25, 26. So with 24, you are close. And don't forget that most of those temperatures that they give you are guidelines. And also, it's not that they're going to die at less temperature. They're just not going to evolve as quickly. That's the main difference. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Oliver. What's up? Yeah. What was Piastri doing? And what is Norris doing? Didn't you update the secret ants in the last video? In the live stream, yes. In the video, no. Enjoying retirement. Hey, Toby. Hey, Oliver, I got clavata. Not a good week for True. Yeah, guys. Oliver is doing electric videos now, but I have a problem that there's a small language barrier with that. No, I got the clavata a few weeks ago, and we got eggs at the moment, but no workers, no larvae, just eggs. But she is settled. She's staying in the nest, and she comes out for hunting a little bit. So she can take her time. What type of camera do you use? I use my phone, and it is a OnePlus 7 Pro. These buggers. Okay, I need to write down that I have to change the barrier on these guys. So the Scots barrier. Least messy Cremagaster. Hell no. Look at them. And they constantly are putting sand in here. I am still going to make it wet. I still hope that they're moving the sand out and they move back in there, but yo, Nelius, what's up? He's not going to post anymore. Probably. You should watch his last video on his second channel. My Mesobaras have a highway of trash along the side of one of their outworlds. Yeah. It's messy, Barbarous. They do that. Here, let me show you mine. Well, thanks to Oliver, this channel exists, so. They are actually not in the outer world right now with a huge amount of workers, so I am going to have some stuff out of there. So, messy Barbaras. Some people might know the story that I sometimes tell, that how I started my channel. That I was watching a YouTuber and I saw an ant nest and thought, well, I can do that. That was actually on Oliver's channel. Oliver is gone for good. Ah, let's give him some new seeds. When are you gonna change them nests? Probably during the week, so you'll see them in the next stream. Because I always record those for videos and stuff, and it's hard to record during the live stream. And the quality of live stream material is not high enough. So. Thanks for hopping in, Oliver. Talk to you later. But the nest is a booming. So I have to decide, am I going to hibernate the messers or not? Because we have 2 colonies, so I'm thinking of hibernating 1 colony and keeping the other one. Hello, Max and I would put Barbarous in the top 3 beginner species. Yes and no. Yes, they are easy. If you forget them, they have seeds, they will be fine. And they're widely available. No, because you don't have to feed them a lot. You don't have to do a lot. They make a huge mess. So, pros and cons. Yeah, they're also skittish. They don't like movement. They don't like tremors and stuff like that. So, I would personally go for like a Neoponera. That's true. They are hardened ants. So yeah. Am I missing some conversations? Let me check. When is the stacker available? It needs more testing, but the nice thing is that the winter period is coming, which normally is a bit of a quieter time. So I have time to continue on the stacker, but at this moment I'm still working on the leafcutter setups. And yeah, there's going to be some epic news about the leafcutter setups. So, one of the semi-secret colonies. Have the diverse have been shown yet? No. So, talking about Neoponera, 5 queen Neoponera. And she has been pumping out, well, they have been pumping out eggs. So that's cool. Thanks, Martin. Guys, if you want to make a donation, please do it through the Ko-fi link. YouTube takes a really big chunk out of all the profits, so... Do you have to split the Nikos in the future to avoid killing each other? No, they are polygyne. They can perfectly live together. Well, sometimes there can be a fight for dominance, but it also depends if they came from the same nest or one queen was added later. Ten eggs and 3 larvae. Nice. That's good to hear. So, the water in this tube is running out, and it is not looking so great. So, they are going to need a new nest. The rest of the setup is fine. So we're going to connect something here, I guess. But that is also for a later time. Everybody, thank you for joining, of course. I'm going to take a quick drink. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get some huge campos out then. Campanico, are you still there? How many campos do you actually have? How many do you own? As you use the name Campanico, I'm actually wondering how many you keep. So, where are your eggs? Because I know you've got them. You guys see the eggs? She is holding something in her mouth. Yep. There's an egg. They have mustaches. Well, beards. Hello, Bickley. What's up? How big do Singularis colonies get? To be honest, I am not sure. Let's clean this outboard a little bit. Today, there's actually some of them outside. You don't see them outside a lot, to be honest. Whoop. Okay. There we go. Hey, I like ants, thank you. Oh, I see I have to get a new goal. Damn. Because the last goal was a bit of everything. It was me decided to fill your goal. Oh, thanks, dude. That money is going to be probably spent on another winter project. But you guys have to help me decide, what should I focus on? Should after the leaf cutters. I have some general updates that I want to do. By the way, guys, on the Discord, there's a poll on the Outworlds on how many exits that that you want on the Outworlds. Not sure how long it's still running, but I think I'm going to need to make some changes. So the question is, for the winter project, do I go for honeypods, or do I continue with the weaver setups? What do you guys think? What's your opinion on that? So weaver setups or honeypods? So that's one for the honeypots. Both are hard to be successfully kept. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys out a little bit because we have a bigger setup. And that is actually our lateralis. Not sure if we're gonna find the queen again. Cataclysmus, yeah. Look at that brood pile. And there's even more brood over there. And there's still brood here. Ah, and that's the queen again. We had a discussion about her before. And the queen is really bigger than the big workers that run around. And I still love this setup. Will there be a giveaway for 1,000 people in your Discord? There's going to be a giveaway for 500 people on the Discord. For 500. I think we're at 370, I think. Okay, I'm going to put some sugar water in the front here. Let's see if we can get them over to you guys. Still one of my favorite species. Do you know what it's going to be? Nope, I haven't thought about it yet. Is the queen all black? Yes. Now, I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, I think we're growing like 10 people a week, so I think we have some time. It's not going to be as big as the YouTube giveaway, but still. Oh, 83 already. Nice. Have you seen Metal Forest? They're like honeypots, cataclysmics, and Fidoli all in one. No, I have not. That sounds cool, though. Let's get this mattress out of here. That looked funny. What do you guys think? What species would you like me to get then? It's also a poll or a section that we have on the Discord. So if you have ideas for cool species, you can start screaming all kinds of expensive names. That's not really useful. So put something that is within reach. I really, really love these ants. The setup is simple. Australian bull ants. Have you shown the Villosas yet? No, they're in this viv. I'm doing viv by viv at the moment, and the Villosa are in this viv, so I can. There's something in front of them, then I'll grab them. Australian bull ants. Well, we have the clavatas from Peru, and we don't have any Australian ants at the moment. So maybe I should. What's the name again? Queen of Ants, I think. Refreshing drink. That's good. Okay. They are considered traditional food by Aboriginals. Okay. Did not know that. Do Diversa supermajors struggle to get into the corridors? No. I mean, there was a discussion about that also for the clavata, because that's by far the biggest ant that I have. She is perfectly able to get through this connection. Don't forget that most ants are slender. And this opening is 10 millimeters wide, and from top to bottom is 15 millimeters high. That is quite big. Most shops use 10 millimeter diameter tubing, so this connection is even bigger. And Xnado, what's up? So I am going to take. Oh, it's busy at the food tray. That's cool. Do they produce queens and males in captivity? What species are we talking about? That is the main question. Messors. They can make princesses, but they don't inbreed. Okay. So, another Camponotus, and then we are getting the Villosas out. Whoa. Okay, so they moved all the brood into the corridor. And the queen is still in there. Okay, and do we have eggs there? Yeah, there's eggs over there. So that's Beasley or Camponotus vagus queen. Through the big chamber, and there is all the brood. Nice. Let's see if we can clean the nest a little bit. Because this vagus colony is not growing fast, to be honest. But I'm very fond of them, so. Ooh, okay. Let me go back. crafting personal text for the next video, get honeypots, which we were just talking about. I make setups for my ants myself, and I don't yet have a honeypot setup, so yeah, no use yet. Virus, honeypots are quite expensive with low success rate, true. Maybe Camponotus. I already have a lot of Camponotuses, so... My Tetraponera are just producing princesses now, and I need to lower the protein. Well, most species will take care of their excess princesses really fast, or they get killed off, or they are just going to be used as workers. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Can we see the Tetraponera ruvenigra? In a bit. Yeah, they're in the other vivarium, so... What inspired you to keep ants? Well, Oliver was just here. I was already 3D printing for a while, and I was just looking on YouTube. I was bored looking on YouTube, and then I saw a video from Oliver with a 3D printed nest, and I was like, "Hey, that's cool." So, how much is an ant colony? So I bought myself Alasia's Niger, and then I made myself the first version of the Queen Tooth Broom, and then I was like, I can make a YouTube channel about it, and that's how everything started. And like fish, yes, they like a lot of things. Fish, chickens. What printer do you use? I started out with an Ender, and I now use bamboo printers. And I have a few of them. Okay, you guys ready for the Villosas? Because they are still munching on a sugar cube that we gave them last Sunday. I am going to take the other nest away with the intons, and we'll replace them in a bit for something else. Will you make any naturalistic setups? Well, this is as far as I'm gonna go probably with the setups that you saw at the moment. So I'm gonna do some outworld stuff, but don't forget that everything you see, most of the things that you see are for sale. I make them. Yeah, it's my business. And naturalistic setups are not sellable. So am I going to sell substrates and stuff like that? Yes, I'm working on that. I'm behind on that. I can tell you that. But full natural setups, probably not. Am I going to make bigger setups? Yes. Updates on that soon. So the cigar factory, how are they doing? Well, we got larvae that are, well, almost ready to go. Then we got smaller larvae, and we still have a big pile of eggs. So more larvae over there, but no cocoons at the moment. So yeah. But I just love that they are still munching on that sugar cube. I was thinking, should I put a drop of water on it or just let them go? Because they have been active, way more active than normal, just by giving attention to that sugar cube. So, these ants don't take pre-killed food. So I'm going to give them a red runner in a bit. If you don't like live feeding, then this is the time to leave. These ants do their natural thing, so I'm going to drop in a red runner, and they are going to hunt it down. For them, it's normal. It's their way. I tried pre-killed food, and yeah, they just didn't take it. So yeah. Hey, there he is. One of the only consistent YouTuber over the last years. It is Antimatter. What's up, Jake? If you found a dead lizard and you were going to feed your ants with it, what species would you choose? Well, I wouldn't know what the lizard died of, so I wouldn't give it to my ants. Yeah, I saw it in your video, so that's cool. Can ants really eat dry sugar cubes? Yes, they munch on it and they make it really small, and then they can actually eat it. At first, I could eat a lizard for sure. Yeah, they could, but it's not a good idea. Or you have to boil it or something like that. But so let's move this back a little bit so we have some more space, and I am going to grab them a red runner. Okay, here goes number one, because it's going to be more than one. The numbers are growing so fast. I can't wait to give them the Excel nest. The red runner is cornered in the back there. It's not looking good. You can see that the ant is curling up and stinging it multiple times, and then well, thank you for joining, Colleen. Probably the next week. Okay. I just got a Polyrachus colony. Well, Jake, are you still there? Because I was looking at your video, and Martin can tell you. I don't know, Martin, did you see the video from Antimatters on the dives? Because the setup that you made with the tubing in the corner, I have it here in drawing. Martin and I have been talking about making a similar setup. It's different. It's still different than what you have, but the idea was the same. So I was looking at your video like, nah, he didn't. Yeah, I still am gonna do something else. I'm not gonna say too much, of course, but it looks really epic, especially how they're already weaving the tunnels and stuff. But the setup that I have in mind is more how can I say that, directed toward the green weavers. But it should also work for the dives. Yep, those roaches are done. Don't forget, guys, that those roaches are stung. They are sedated. They're not killed. And why the ants actually do that is now they can keep those roaches for as long as they want. They don't die. They don't starve. Well, they starve, but not. They'll be eaten before that. So they can actually keep their food fresh for a while. And yes, in the end, they are eaten alive. You have the Wakushi Weaver Outworld. Nice. Well, I had something similar, but I had a definite idea for it. But it never got into real production because the idea that I had worked, but not good enough. So yeah, that's work in progress. There's a type of ball thing that the dives live in. Yeah, I know, but that's what everybody uses. We have to have something original. What are the craziest things you fed your ants? To be honest, to be on the safe side, I don't feed them weird things. I mean, I give them pinkies once in a while, and sometimes some egg or something like that. But I haven't really fed them weird stuff because I just would like to have it safe. Yeah. Will the setup of the Weaver ants have the same price as the LC? Dude, I just said that it flopped and I have no idea. I have to rethink the whole thing, and you're talking about prices. Dude, I have no clue. How come no one does vertical 3D printed nests but are always like flat cross sections? There's a really easy answer for that. Fungus. If you have a nest that is standing upright, yeah, let me grab a nest. 1 second. Okay, so yes, this is one of the prototypes of the XL nest. If you stand it upright, then you have acrylic and then gypsum here. But now, if you put water in here somewhere, it will seep through, but the water will also go here and all the dirt will go in here. So you get a lot of fungus on this side and a lot of junk in the bottom. So against fungus and for better humidity, it is way easier to put the nest flat. They won't put as much dirt on the top. Most of the water will go into the bottom and not into the top part. So it stays cleaner. The ants keep it cleaner. And also the hydration, it is better divided when it's flat. Everything will else go to the bottom if it's standing up like this. So yeah, it's way easier to keep it like this. Where did you buy the bullet ants? I got the bullet ant, the Neoponera Villosa, the Texas bullet ant, I got from the ant merchant. By the way, if you use the code TCA3, you get a free pair of tweezers with your order if you buy from the antmerchant.com. The clavata that I have, I got from Ilias Ants. are Ilias insects. But yes, it also depends on where you live. I have to say, I'm really, both are really good in shipping quality ants. So Ilias insects and the ant merchant. I hope that answers your question. What is happening? Oh, okay. My other chat is way behind. I have chat also on the big screen. And what are your thoughts on Carabera diversa? Well, I'll grab them in a bit. Who was? Oh yeah, LH. Is that a good answer for you? So why we make flat nests is mostly to do with hydration and with mold coming between the nest and the plexiglass. So, should we get our biggest queen out here? The clavata. What do you guys think? I don't have a name for her yet. I am going to take the Texas bullet hounds out of there for a second. How can I see the end list and the price of the guy named Ilias? Does he have a website? Yes. The website is Ilias, I think ilias-insects.com. He's also very active on Instagram. So, our Texas bullet ant. Not our Texas bullet ant. Our Paraponera clavata with eggs. And she is huge, ladies and gentlemen. She is also the most expensive ant I ever bought. And is only because of you guys. Because of the donations, because of the views. So thank you very much. It's iliasinsects.com. Okay. So nothing fancy. Yeah, I have to say, Ilias, I've got the leaf cutters from Ilias. And the clavata, and he is just very honest. Yeah, he really wants to help you with everything. His shipping is really good. I mean, you should see the boxes. He has perfect styrofoam boxes to keep the temperature in check with heat packs and everything if needed. It's perfect. He also has really cool other insects, but my girlfriend doesn't allow me to look at them. So the clavata is getting some pre-killed red runners. She is really skittish. So she has a large outworld with a jaw drinker in it, of course. I'm going to pull her a little bit to the front. And then I'm going to get the other insects, because this clavata comes from Ilias, but also these awesome ants that I'm gonna put behind her come from Ilias. Ilias is a very good quality animals and a very good customer service. Yes. There was a bullet ant in your bathroom. Damn. Yeah, this ant is actually from Peru. So yeah. Alright, let's go to the leaf cutters and give this lady some well-deserved rest. So I forgot to grab leaves. So I've got to go outside and grab some leaves in a second. First of all, well, one of the reasons why we have ants, why I have ants, is also to test my setups. And as you can see, there's a lot of moisture in there. This is one of the reasons why we're testing. I am going to adjust the airflow in this container to have better humidity in there. They are really controlling the humidity inside their beautiful pod that they are filling up really fast. They have been growing a lot since last week, which is epic. But just look at the numbers. So I'm going to give them some rose petals, so you guys have some action already, and then I'm quickly outside and grab them some fresh leaves, because the rose petals are dried, and we don't want to give them too many dried leaves. So there we go, some rose petals, so you guys can actually see some action, and I'll be back in a second. Happy to see that you didn't do any weird stuff when I was gone. So we are going to give them a big pile of tomato leaves because they really like it. Let's go. So the nice thing is that leaf cutters actually eat a ton of different kinds of leaves, and also other stuff like frozen peas and stuff, the kind of stuff in the winter. So it's not as hard as some people might think. So I am going to insert the waiting music. Some of the older Dutch people might know what that song is from. Should I get Atta or Aqua Mermax? Well, that's completely up to you. But if you want a simple species to start with, these are Aqua Mermax Lundy, and these are actually a bit easier with their humidity. By the way, guys, check how many ants are actually running in and out the tube now. I think I need to add some tubing. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think they are in the amount is getting close to 1,000 ants in this setup. Well, Jake, I can tell you something. I am working on an epic setup. Okay, well, have a good night. Gonna show you something cool. So this is the setup at the moment, but I've been working. This is the new large pot. It's a little bit bigger. And I finished it today. The large outworld. So these girls might get a little bit of an upgrade. Hey, Ant Guy, what's up? So there's gonna be some changes, Jake. Yeah. I haven't heard from Sadie in a while. Probably, Martin. One of my colonies died. My condolences. I don't know exactly where you live, because don't forget that some of the seasons are changing at the moment here in Europe. Ameisen Elias, guten Tag. The seasons are changing, and that also affects the ants. So that might be a problem that some weaker colonies might die at the moment. So the rose petals are already in the nest. And I'm checking to see if I already see some of the tomato plants going in, but for now it's all rose petals. I'm gonna hibernate my Mesobarbarus probably in another month. Oh, good night, Goa. Yeah, I was making a list of hibernating ants, but I think the streams are going to be a little bit shorter than they are now, because Lasius niger, Lasius flavus, Temnophorex, Mesobarbarus, Camponotus vagus, Camponotus lateralis, Formica fusca, Chromogastus scutularis, Monica rubida, Camponotus cruentatus. So there's a lot of going in hibernation. How many different species do you keep? 23. And we have 26 colonies in total. So we have double Temnos, double Mesors, and double Tetramorian. I don't know about you guys, but I can watch this for hours. Are weavers with multiple queens? I think dives can have multiple queens. We really need a bigger outworld. Okay, so green weavers also. Nice. To a certain extent. Okay. Another rose petal going up there. So, there's a lot of ants going into hibernation. What do you guys think? Should I make a shorter stream, or do you want to see other subjects? What would you guys like to see during the streams? Have you ever thought of getting monomorium? Yes, actually, I've been talking a lot about them. There's a guy in our Discord channel that's been talking like, dude, you really need to get them. So, yeah, I have been thinking about it. They are a delight. Ah, cool. Ah, that's actually a piece of leaf right here in the front. Nice. There's some active cutting going on in this corner. Okay, so we have completely done one side, well, one vivarium. So I am going to grab some stuff from the other side and I'm going to leave the leaf cutters in the background. Should we start with the Ruvenigra? Oh, okay. So the Ruvenigra are also in a stacker, and they have chewed through one of those sponge thingies, and out is the water. They have been doing that the whole time. They've chewed through this one, through this one, through this one. So I am thinking of giving them a jaw drinker, because I think with a normal liquid feeder there's going to be a challenge. But there is so much brood in their outworld. And there's actually nothing inside of the stacker. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Ruvenigra are also arboreal, right? By the way, that is the queen. Is that an elate next to her? There's an elate next to her. We almost have no workers, but there's an elate there. What? Arboreal. So I might actually put them in the. I still have the test weaver setup. Might need to give those girls this setup then. Cool. Okay, let's grab some trash out of there. Okay. She was walking straight over the barrier. They are actually always aggressive towards the tweezers, and they keep their larvae in the outworld, which I've seen in many different setups from other videos. I was watching the one from Sadie from Ants England, and also constantly brood outside of the nest. Hello, Simba! And Jib's Nest are the favorites over here. Hey, Redford! Long time not been in the streams. Today, no work. Oh, we're about halfway, so there's quite a few setups that we still are going to look at. Okay, I need to give them a new smiley tray because, well, theirs is in use. Hello, Lilian. Yeah, I saw an elite, which is weird because there are not a lot of workers. Grabbing some red runners. You're watching your new leaf cutters. Nice. Which ones did you get? And where did you get them? Or did you go to the exhibition today? They love their sugar water. Ah, you went to Houten from Ilias. Nice. Well, in the background are the Lundys that are also from Ilias. We were just talking about Ilias, that he has quality ants. Yeah, we might need to give the Rufanigra some something else. Hello, Exotic Antics. Yeah, the Lundys are doing epic. Just look in the numbers. So let's grab some other really nice ants. It also need a little bit. My Octar is crazy good quality, lots of workers, healthy fungus, and began cutting instantly. As I said before, Ilias just has really good quality ants. I had some bad luck with shippings a few times, so that's bad, but it's really good that you picked them up at Houten. So, what leaves? Those are actually tomato plant leaves, and for some ants, they can be toxic, but for Lundys they are fine. I'm not sure for the Octos though. But what I do use for my own garden is I use a lot of butterfly leaves, butterfly bush leaves. But the thing about those is these are actually holding a lot of water, and the butterfly bush is a lot less water inside the leaves themselves. And the leaves are a bit thicker. Yeah, they love it. So yeah, as long as the season is still there, they can cut all they want because the fungus is going really well. And I'm going to make a big change to the setup this week. Yeah, butterfly bush. Just be sure to check because the butterfly bush has a lot of insects on them themselves. So wash them before you give them. But my Lundies love them. But if I give them butterfly bush or tomato plants, they go for the tomato plants. But then again, that's all trial and error. So up next. These are our denticulata. And they are doing a really good job in hiding. But there's a ton of cocoons. But also in the art world, you can see that we have a ton of new workers because there's a lot of empty cocoons there. So, yeah. I was checking their setup this afternoon. That's why it's a bit moist. I already gave them some water. A dream species of mine. Yeah, they're really cool, but it's sad. It's really hard for me now to film them now that they made the nest like that. But then again, it's their world. They can do what they want. So I am going to grab them some food. No, I don't live feed them because they don't need the hunt. Now, the only species that I live feed are my harps, but they have red runners running around in their outworld so they can grab them themselves, and the Villosas. And these red runners are really giving me a hard time now. Okay. Get back on the tree. There we go. When did you get these? It's the first time seeing them. Well, it was one of the secret species, so yeah. I've had them for a couple of months already, but I haven't shown them before. Well, I showed them last stream and somewhere in a live stream on the Discord. Don't forget, people, sometimes there's no schedule or anything, but when I feel like it, I do sometimes do live streams on the Discord. I will set the camera on the leaf cutters, something like that. So I hope to do more videos on the clavata later on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get your sunglasses ready, and then you already know what time it is. Time to check on the Lasius. This is my daughter's Lasius Niger. And I know that they are in quite a big setup for the size of the colony. But they are actually starting to pick up. This was her decision. It is her colony. I am just feeding them when the live stream is there. There's still a ton of brood, a nice amount of workers, and of course a unicorn. And then I tell the story every time that it's for my daughter, but I wanted the unicorn in there. Can that be our little secret? Red runners. Okay, guys, you can take your sunglasses off. Let's grab some more messy barbarous. One of the setups that... No, I didn't show the Renaissance yet. So, got a lot of questions about the stacker. It's work in progress. When will the stacker be in stock? It's not going to be in the shop yet because we have some simple problems. These windows are still moving. They're not placed correctly yet. We had some other troubles with some of the connectors, so it needs some tweaking. This is already version 3.0, and I have 4.0 is drawn and printed, and while I was printing, I saw another mistake, so there's going to be a version 5. But at the moment, I am busy with the leaf cutters, so the stacker is on hold for a little bit. I want this to be a really nice starter nest, but it's going to take some time. D's Fishing, what's up? So they still have water and they still have more seeds in there. So we don't really need to do anything. Back to the leaf cutters. On to another small setup. The Formicas. And yes, you can see the grain mites running around. I need to go grocery shopping tomorrow because I heard a trick that I need to test, but yeah, you can say that I'm lazy and I just didn't do it yet. Are grain mites? I got a lot of questions about that. Are grain mites bad? Not directly for your insects. They do try to take food away from your ants. But mostly it just looks messy, but they also can attract other mites. So that's why you might want to get rid of them. So I was told about a very easy trick, and I'm going to try that hopefully this week. But to be honest, I have some personal things to take care of and some other ant related stuff. So yes, the Ebola method. And I think that these girls are going to be the guinea pigs. What was the last time you saw your acro queen? Well, that's been a while. It's been quite a while. What is the method? I'll tell you if it works. Else I'm going to spread things that are not true, and I don't want that. So, our other acorn ants. I was constantly wondering, are they doing okay? Do we have a queen? Are they doing okay? And then I saw rice fields. Oh, that's actually the queen on top of it. That is the queen. Ladies and gentlemen, confirmation. We have a queen. That's cool. Okay, that's nice. As you can see, their acorn is not doing so great. So I have to think of another cute setup. But this is my other daughter's colony. So we have to make something nice for her. And she was like, I want a pink setup. And I was like, okay, I can give you a pink setup. But these girls are way too small to put in a full size in a full size small setup. So we need to figure out something else for them. But I love acorn ants. I don't think that there is gonna a pink stacker. But then again, wait a second. I know where I have to put them. I know where I have to put them. Jake, are you still there? You already know what I'm gonna say, right, Jake? Where should I put the acorn ants in? What is one of my favorite all-time nests? I'll see you next week. Thank you, Peter, for joining. Yeah, the nano. Oh, now I have to remember where I put it. Where did I put the nano? Oh, dudes, I think it's here. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest nests ever produced, the nano, made by Antimatters. So this is a small thick tube. So this is 100 millimeters, but I think it's a 20. But these are smaller tubes, And you can all put them, you can block them off if you want, or you can use water tubes for them. The only thing, Jake, the only thing I'm always annoyed about is should have put the connector over here. Because now I have to put like a tube or something in front of this awesome design. The connection should have been on the side. Maybe I need to make like an acrylic piece for it. And then there's no nano on the back. Yeah, but now that you have the great design, and then there's a tube there or a nest. It blocks half of your awesomeness. Damn it. That's one of my problems with nests, is that I always look at this designer side of it, and then I try to make it functional for ants. Nah, it's not completely true. But hey Jakey, I had some interesting conversations this week with our moderator Martin. If I'm doubting some of my designs, I'm like, hey Martin, help me, let's talk. And then when was it last night or the day before? My days are everywhere. But we were on the phone for like 1.5 hours talking about nests and stuff. Oh, this is epic. Incoming leaves. Your Temno Queen just had her first workers today. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Temnos are just cool. Okay, another really cool species. I'm a bit worried about the mess that they're making, but are Lasius flavus. We get some mites everywhere. I hope that trick works, because it was an easy trick. It could be a fast solve for a lot of problems. So this is our 2 queen flavus. Where's the other queen? She's hiding in the corner over there. So one butt over there with eggs and cocoons, and then one over here with eggs and cocoons. Kind of looks like 2 colonies in one nest. Well, but these are just so cute. They're like small, wobbling jelly beans. Oh, there's something else I need to share with you guys. This afternoon, I got a message from my girlfriend. We've been thinking of getting a dog for a long while, but because of our kids and other stuff, we said, okay, we don't want a puppy. We want to get one of the dogs. We want to save a dog. And this afternoon, I got a picture sent by my girlfriend. So we applied for a dog today. And we're going to get a message back in 2 days. And I'm so excited. And we didn't tell the kids yet. So we have to drive for like, I think it's 45 minutes. And then, well, we have to wait 2 days if we get invited. And then we have to go there first alone and later with the kids to see if it's a match. But yeah, that would be epic. So if everything goes wrong, we have a dog in about 2 weeks. It's no, it's not a corgi, but it's a black Labrador. You like fetching koi? Okay, no. Let's grab the fetching koi. By the way, guys, did you see how many leaves that they were? Look how fast they are cleaning it out. Okay. Fetching koi. So we have one worker and eggs. With this beautiful queen. Just something else, that color. Yeah, they are quite sensitive. So I had them for a while already. And she already ate all her cocoons once. So I'm happy that she now has a worker. Because I would love to make a story, but there's not much to tell yet. And that's also a thing, of course, for this period that the hibernation is coming. So what am I going to do for content? Well, you guys just have to wait and see. Okay. Favorite Campo species you've kept? I really love the Vagas. But the Lateralis, what they did to the twig was also epic. And then I think in general, Camponotus is just an underrated, how do you call it, group of ants. Yeah, I think so too. Let's mute you, but the short is up with your smiley trace and a little teaser. Okay, after the stream, guys, check out Company Go Ants. Don't forget, after the stream. So, I was asking Nico, how many Campo species do you have at the moment? You have only 6 Campos. Do I have more Campos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also have 6 Campos. Woohoo! So these are Tetramorium bicarinatum. You're expanding your horizon. Expanding horizon ants sounds a bit different than Campanico ants, that's true. You want Tetramorium? They were testing the nest, and the test is concluded that it works. So we still have 3 epic colonies to go, by the way. Well, 4 actually. Let's get out to the Renaissance. The Renaissance. And they are also still going for the sugar cube. I am going to put a drop of water on the sugar cube. It will make it a little bit easier for them. There we go. Let's check out the nest. Whoa, that's a ton of elates. Okay, that reminds me, put the lid back on. But that is a lot of elates. Also a lot of brood. And a lot of eggs. Damn. Just checking, do I need to hibernate them? Where are you on the list? I need to check it out if I need to hibernate these girls. Look at them attack the sugar cube. Well, we still have to do the Harbs and the Diversa, so we still have some epic stuff to do. Okay. I am going to drag this one a bit to the front. Then I'm going to put the leaf cutters away so that I can actually get the Diversa. What? There is a live stream? Ebola. Oh, no. Well, we still have the Harbs, the Diversa, and the Tetramorium to go. So are you using the sugar cube in addition to sugar water or replacement? Bit of both. Because it's also an activity for them. Look at the numbers. They are back on it. Yeah, if you keep them active, there's less chance of them being active escaping. So yeah. Oh, the sugar water. Sugar water that I use is 1 part powdered sugar, 3 parts water. That's true. So, Diversa. The new Bullet and Queen is doing great. But then you have to watch back the stream because I don't want to stress it too much. I'm not getting her out again, but so we're having a massive die-off again. And you can actually also see it inside the nest. There is still brood. And there's still a ton of workers, but it is less occupied than last week. You want me to give them a sugar cube? Well, we can. We can most certainly give them a sugar cube. I have no clue what they will do with it. Holy. Check out the amount of mages in there. Okay. Well, a sugar cube. Sure, why not? I have them right here. And they have breached the barrier, so I am opening up the barrier the least amount as possible. So cube in. Well, they are curious for it at least. And they are just running for the lid now. So I'm going to prepare a couple of red runners and drop them in at once. I'm actually going to check if I still have some dubias left. I need to order new dubias. I got babies and babies and babies. Just baby dubias. Oh, it's not much use for them. Did you finish the room or are you still working? I'm still working on it. I gave myself to the 6th of October to get everything ready. No, I wasn't discussed. So, a couple of red runners in there. No escapees. That was good. When do they get queens? You mean elates? I'm not sure. What a species are those? The swarm. I'm gonna keep using that name, Ebola. You've won. Okay, I'm gonna turn them around a little bit. And grab another colony. And the other colony actually is Camponotus cruentatus. The cruentatus went to Martin, and as soon as I did that, I had a annoyed Sadie saying, "Why did you give them away? Why are they not here anymore? We need cruentatus." So I had to buy them again. But they are beautiful Camponotuses, though. Yeah, they are going really fast, the Lundy. So they are going to get a humongous upgrade. Hopefully this week. Hopefully this week. Things happen, Martin. There's not much you can do about it. It was also a good lesson for me to check on the sugar water more often. But as you can see, there's quite a big die-off again. But it's just so hard to clean their setup. Okay, guys, need to make some room. I'm gonna grab the harps. So, Hibernation Venator with brood in all stages. I actually got a video this week of one worker that was just out of the cocoon, and they were helping her unpack, and that looked so epic. So we have to put quite a few red runners in the outworld. Because they have been busy hunting the last weeks. But that's what we want. So got a really big one here. Let's go into the diverser. Harps. One of the species I always say that if they die today, I'll order a new one tomorrow. Ooh, all were males. Then I hope that it's not an unfertile queen or a gamergate. And that, yeah, that you only get males. Okay, so we only have one colony left. And that's the tetras. And to be honest, the tetras are having a hard time. Let's unplug you guys real quick. The tetras are having a hard time. Another big die-off has been happening over there. Let's fly to the other side of the room. Oh, that's orders. So, as you can see, more dead workers in the outworld. And it's getting sad. The nests are looking really, really empty. There is still brood. But I am worried about them. So, I'm not really sure what I am going to do about them, but I think I'm going to have to start disconnecting some of these nests to get them a bit more in one space. But yeah. Yeah, probably that's gonna be the thing, which I don't like, but I'm gonna give them some sugar water, and there we go. I'm gonna give them some red runners later on. So I have trouble with my camera mount at the moment. Okay. So, back to this side. I'm gonna put my red runners away, sit down, and then we're gonna talk a little bit. It's the ending of the stream. Neoponera in the background. Diversa, Harbs. Damn. Thank you guys all for joining. It's been a long week for me. So really happy that you guys joined. And thank you all for watching. Oh, by the way, the new video is doing epic. And that's, yeah, really happy with that. A lot of hours went into that. I mean, I did 26 colonies. No, I did 21 colonies of filming and everything. So it was a big job. So happy that it got viewed a lot. I'll be doing more stuff on upgrades on nests, and hopefully add some more stuff to the website. So don't forget to look at that. Any news at the mail blockade? No. Trump is still making a mess, and the postal services. The thing that they are saying now is they are not sure how the customs are calculated, so they cannot give me a fair price, and that's why they are saying no, we're not shipping. And it's a worldwide thing against the US. So all postal services are doing the same thing. So it might take a while. I'm not sure. Yeah, I wrote down new nest for the irritants, barrier for the scuds, new nest for the nicobrances, nest for the mesopteris, nest for the rufinigra, barrier for the diversa, and maybe the nano for the temnos. And I have to buy dubias. So that's the list. Thanks for reminding me. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream for this week. Again, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you next time at the crafting end.